Why states need to make hunting a right in our Constitution. Worries that hunting may be banned or restricted have caused many people to push to have Congress make hunting a right. Under our Constitution, animal rights activists, along with liberals, are fighting hard to have Congress take away this long-standing tradition of family survival and population control. In 1777, Vermont gave their citizens the right to hunt and fowl in seasonable times on their own land and those enclosed. Rhode Island in 1844, Alabama in 1996 added hunting and fishing rights to their constitution. This shows that the right to hunt has been a concern for hundreds of years, and the fact that these states were wise enough to see that this God-given right might be eventually taken away or limited is something other states should have followed along with. Currently, more and more states are working to have hunting and fishing right amendments made to their state constitution. But it's not just the southern states scrambling to make their changes to their constitution. It is also progressing all over the West. These states have to act now to make sure their rights are not taken away. An issue of heritage is also at risk. The American Indians have hunted all over what is now the United States, following the herds of buffalo and elk. It was their way of life. We have watched for the last 150 years as these people have been assigned barriers and limits to where and when and what they have hunted. The American people didn't give much thought to the taking away of the Indians' right to hunt. It wasn't their concern until now. Now it's us that is losing access to land either due to the government control or landowners selling their right to hunt. The American Indians are not the only families affected by our loss of rights. It affects many other families. For generations, American families have gathered together at the same time in the same place, waiting all year for this gathering time. Some losing our right to hunt is tearing away at our family core. It's hard to find the time to be with our family that is enjoying quality time. We can't let the activists take away our traditions. I have been hunting with my dad since I was 4. It has been our time to gather with family and his friends. One of my favorite things is goose hunting. I wake up at 5 a.m., bundle up, go help set up decoys, and wait for the geese. I look forward to the barding and competition of the hunt. Sometimes we limit it out. Sometimes we get totally skunked. It didn't matter. We had that time together, and that will be our memories and our history. I am now continuing to make my own traditions with my friends. Why do these politicians and animal rights activists think that they have the right to take this away from me and my family? How can they only see their side of the argument? They say it's cruel. They need to come out and look at the farmers' fields and look at what thousands of geese can do to a young crop. Survival is not just necessary for the wildlife. Survival is also an issue for people. Hunting has been a family event, a tradition, and also a means for putting food on the family table. Some families live in remote areas of the country, and hunting and fishing are their main food source. The state allows a season for hunting and fishing, and these families all work together to kill and catch during this time. The food is processed, and as much of the game is used to provide as many necessities as possible. These families do not have the availability of walking or driving to a local grocery store, or maybe not have the money to do so. So if you take away their right to hunt, what are they to do to survive? Do they pack up and move to a city, change their whole way of life? Do the activists plan on training these people in any occupation, or do they no longer have to worry as their only concern is rights of the animals? It's not just these remote families that count. On hunting for survival, some families hunt to sell the fur meat to others for resale, so they are taking away paychecks for the hunter. Some of the poor and elderly rely on hunters' donations to food on their own table. Hunters Against Hunger is a very active group in several states across the country. In the state of Montana, Fish and Game now give the opportunity to anyone purchasing a Montana hunting license the option to make any on-the-spot donation to the Hunters Against Hunger. A new Montana law allows individuals to make a contribution that will help non-profit groups process, donate wild game for free, and then distribute by Montana food banks to help feed people in need, said Ron Asham, spokesman of Montana Fish and Wildlife and Parks in Helena. With our right to hunt, what happens to the people that rely on food to fill their free families each fall?